Hello my lovely viewers. Welcome back to the racing simulator where it's all about speed and competition. Today we're taking on the challenge with another view requested race, courtesy of Koenigsegg. Make sure to show them some love in the chat. We're heading to the famous Circuit de Monaco, with cars from the GTR class. We'll be starting off with Albis on pole position, driving a Koenigsegg CCGT. Buckle up, folks, it's going to be a wild ride. Tora Kurturn is currently in 11th place, while GAN 626 started out in 3rd but lost that position to Judas Mokablund from Team for 20. Wood of the Cowboy is currently in 2nd place. We have Reckless 4800 currently in 6th place, followed by Deplorably Bull who is now in 4th. Koenigsegg driving a BMW M3 is also in position 6. We have Koenigsegg in position 6, while Wood of the Cowboy is currently in 2nd place. Reckless 4800 is entering the pits in 8th position, followed by Manamai Speeder and Jump 073 who are also entering the pits. And finally, Seriana is entering the pits in 12th place. GAN 626 said, "Why are 8th on down red?" Oh, I see what you're referring to. Those drivers haven't completed a lap yet, so their positions are shown as red on the leaderboard. But hey, it's still early in the race, they have plenty of time to catch up. We just saw several drivers exiting the pits, including Gary 710 from Team for 20, Manamai Speeder, Seriana, Jump 073, and MBG 2129. Meanwhile, Buxisro has moved up in the standings to position 13. That's all the latest updates for now. We have Manamai Speeder who lost position 18 but passed Jump 073 for it again. Wood of the Cowboy is currently 2nd, trailing Albis by just 0.2 seconds. Meanwhile, we have GAN 626 and Deplorably Bull entering the pits in position 6 and 5 respectively. And finally, Manamai Speeder is currently 0.4 seconds behind Seriana in position 17. Those are the latest updates from the race so far. Deplorably Bull was in the lead but had to exit the pits and fell back to the 9th position, while Wood of the Cowboy is currently in 2nd place. Two cars, GAN 626 and Deplorably Bull, both exited the pits and are now in positions 10 and 9, respectively. Meanwhile, Jump 073 is currently in 18th place and is very close to Seriana who is in 17th place. That's a quick recap of what's happening so far. Wood of the Cowboy is currently in 2nd place driving a Lamborghini, trailing behind Albis in 1st by 0.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Jump 073 is in 18th place, just 0.4 seconds behind Seriano in 17th. Wood of the Cowboy is currently leading the pack after passing Albies for first place. Due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 is close behind in third position, just 0.4 seconds behind Albies. Meanwhile, Raleigh Speeder is trailing behind in 13th place, 0.5 seconds behind Buckseyes Row in 12th place. And Manamai Speeder is bringing up the rear in 19th place, 0.5 seconds behind Jump 073 in 18th place. Currently Raleigh Speeder is in 13th position and is trailing behind Buckseyes Row by 0.3 seconds. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is in 14th position, trailing Raleigh Speeder by 0.5 seconds. We also saw Wood of the Cowboy entering the pits while in the lead, and Albies following shortly after in second place. As it stands, Albies is now in first position. Meaib from Team Triumph and Moji Racing and Cargelasses from Team Better Team Tiltus both entered the pits while in positions 4 and 5, respectively. Meanwhile, Wood of the Cowboy is currently in third position while Albies exited the pits in fourth position after Crazy Fingers 1 also entered the pits while in sixth place. Crazy Fingers 1 is currently in 5th position, with Albies trailing behind in 4th place and Raleigh Speeder in 13th position. Meaib from Team Triumph and Moji Racing is making a pit stop at position 6, while Crazy Fingers 1 and Cargelasses from Team Better Team Tiltus are both exiting the pits in position 7 and 8 respectively. We just saw Feds and Raleigh Speeder enter the pits, currently in 11th and 12th position respectively. Meanwhile, Backwoods Legit is also entering the pits in 13th position. As for the race itself, Seriana is trailing Tora Curturn in 16th position by 0.3 seconds, with a 0.9 second improvement from the previous lap. John 073 is currently sitting in 16th position, while the leader of the pack remains to be seen. That's it for now, let's see what other exciting developments will happen next. We have some interesting developments in the race. We just saw Backwoods Legit and Tora Curturn exit the pits, while Kevin is currently in 4th place and entering the pits. Meanwhile, Manamai Speeder exited the pits in position 19, and Judas Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 also just exited in 4th place. MBG 2129 has just exited the pits and is currently in position 21. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is holding down position 12. Kevin, who was 22.9 seconds faster than Crazy Fingers 1 on the last lap, is currently in position 7, but he has just exited the pits. Meanwhile, Cargelasses from Team Better Team Tiltus has overtaken Kevin to take the 7th spot. And that's it for now, back to the race. Crazy Fingers 1 is currently in 6th position, trailing behind Meaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing by 0.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Buckseyes Row and Gary 710 from Team for 20 have both entered the pits and are currently in 11th and 12th positions respectively. That's the latest update on the race so far. Team Charingage, who was in first place, just entered the pits, while Buckseyes Row and Gary 710 from Team for 20 recently exited the pits in positions 13 and 14 respectively. Currently, Buxisro is 1.1 seconds behind Corvette in position 12, and Gary 710 is trailing closely behind Buxisro by 0.5 seconds in 14th place. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is currently in 14th position, just behind Buxisro in 13th. Riley Speeder is following closely behind in 15th. Charingage has exited the pits and is now in 4th position, while Crazyfingers 1 is trailing slightly behind Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing in 5th position. Those are the updates for now. Crazyfingers 1 is currently in 6th place, trailing Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing in 5th. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is currently in 14th place, behind Buxisro in 13th. Seriano had to enter the pits while in 11th place, and is now in 15th place, closely following Riley Speeder in 14th. Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is currently in 5th position, ahead of Crazyfingers 1 in 6th. Gary 710 from Team for 20 is trailing behind Buxisro in 12th position. Seriano has just exited the pits and is in 16th place. Reckless 4800 is currently entering the pits and is currently in the 18th spot. Finally, Riley Speeder is holding down the 14th position. Riley Speeder dropped down to 13th, while Wood of the Cowboy is now in 3rd position, trailing 0.8 behind due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20, who holds 2nd place. Reckless 4800 has just left the pits and occupies position 19, and Deplorableeple is currently 9th, only 0.3 seconds behind Kevin in 8th place. Kevin is currently in 9th position, just behind Deplorableeple in 8th. Team for 20's Gary 710 has entered and exited the pits in 19th position. Wood of the Cowboy is currently in 3rd, trailing just behind due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20, who is in 2nd position. Charingage is driving a BMW M3 and currently in 4th position, just 0.6 seconds behind Wood of the Cowboy in 3rd place. Charingage had a much faster lap last time, gaining 9.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Riley Speeder is in 13th place, just 0.5 seconds behind Buxisro in 12th place. And finally, we have Wood of the Cowboy in 3rd position, trailing due to Smoke a Blunt from Team for 20 in 2nd place by 0.6 seconds. We have Riley Speeder currently in position 13 driving a Maserati, trailing behind Buxisro in position 12. Meanwhile, Gans 626 is in position 9, and is only 0.4 seconds away from Kevin in position 8. Additionally, Deplorableeple has just entered the pits and is currently holding onto their position at 10th place. Woody the Cowboy is in 4th place, trailing behind Judah Smokeblond from Team for 20 in 3rd place by only 0.4 seconds. Raleigh Speeder is currently 12th, lagging behind Bucksizero in 11th place by only 0.3 seconds. Deplorableeple just got out of the pits and is now in 15th place. Finally, Gans626 is currently in 9th place, and was faster than Kevin in 8th place by 4.3 seconds during the last lap. Hey Peter, thank you so much for the 100-bit cheer. I really appreciate your support, and it means a lot to me. How are you enjoying the stream so far? Kevin and Judah Smokeblond from Team for 20 just entered and exited the pits, both coming out in positions 8 and 9 respectively. Raleigh Speeder is currently in position 12 and was 1.5 seconds faster than his competitor last lap. And finally, we have Bucksizero holding on in position 11, just ahead of Raleigh Speeder by 0.4 seconds. Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is currently in 4th position, driving a Maserati, and trailing Charnage in 3rd by 0.4 seconds. However, Niaib was 1.9 seconds faster than Charnage in the last lap. Meanwhile, Backwoods Legit is in 11th position and trailing Raleigh Speeder in 10th by 0.5 seconds. Bucksizero has entered the pits and is currently in 14th position. And finally, Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is still close behind Charnage, trailing by only 0.5 seconds. We have Deplorableeple in position 13, and trailing behind Seriana in position 12. Looks like Seriana had a faster lap last time around. Meanwhile, Bucksizero is back from the pits and currently in position 16. We also have Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing in 4th place and hot on the heels of Charnage in 3rd. Finally, Crazyfingers1 is in 5th place and not too far behind Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing in 4th. Deplorableeple is currently in 13th place and 0.5 seconds behind Seriana in 12th position. Meanwhile, Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is in 4th place and 0.4 seconds behind Charnage in 3rd position. Currently in position 5 we have Crazyfingers1 driving a Chevrolet and trailing behind Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing in position 4. Charnage has just entered the pits while holding onto position 4. Deplorableeple is currently in position 13 and fighting to catch up to Seriana in position 12. That's the current situation on the racing track. Charnage is currently in 6th position after passing Gans626. Charnage had just exited the pits before making the pass. Meanwhile, Backwoods Legit is behind Raleigh Speeder in the 11th position. John073, Reckless 4800 and Albies have all entered the pits at their respective positions. Meanwhile, Deplorableeple is currently in 13th position and trying to close the half a second gap with Seriana at position 12. Gary710 entered the pits and is currently in 19th position, while Albies exited the pits and lost 7th position to Feds. GAN 626 also went to the pits and is now in 11th position. Lastly, Serianer is entering the pits and is currently in 13th position. We currently have Serianer in 14th place, Crazy Fingers 1 in 3rd and 0.7 seconds ahead of Cargelasps from Team Better Team Tiltus in 4th. Cargelasps from Team Better Team Tiltus was able to pick up the pace by 2.0 seconds last lap. Lastly, Gary 710 from Team for 20 has just exited the pits and is now in 19th place. Serianer has just exited the pits and is in position 14. Cargelasps from Team Better Team Tiltus is currently in position 4, trailing behind Crazy Fingers 1 in position 3. Raleigh Speeder is in 9th position, with a 0.3 second difference from Albies in position 8. Lastly, Cargelasps from Team Better Team Tiltus is still driving a Maserati and is still in position 4, trailing behind Crazy Fingers 1 by 0.3 seconds. Raleigh Speeder is currently in 9th position, trailing 0.3 seconds behind Albies in 8th place. Backwoods Legit is in 10th place, 0.5 seconds behind Raleigh Speeder. On the last lap, Raleigh Speeder was 5.0 seconds faster than Albies. Albies is currently in 9th position with a best lap time of 1:43.155, which puts them 3.965 seconds off the fastest lap. Cargelasps from Team Better Team Tiltus is currently in 4th position, trailing behind Crazy Fingers 1 who's in 3rd place. Meanwhile, Backwoods Legit is in 10th position, following closely behind Albies who's in 9th place. Cargelasps is still trying to catch up to Crazy Fingers 1 while Backwoods Legit is attempting to overtake Albies. Neide from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is currently in 2nd place with a best lap time of 1:40.143, only 0.953 something off the fastest lap. Kevin has entered the pits and is currently in 7th position. Judas Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 has also entered the pits and is currently in 16th position. MBG 2129 is driving an Aston Martin and is currently in 13th position, trailing 2.4 seconds behind Tora Kurturn in 12th position. We just saw Kevin exiting the pits in position 8, followed by Judas Smoker Blunt from Team for 20 in position 16. Albies is currently in position 9 and trailing closely behind Kevin by 0.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Backwoods Legit is in 10th position and demonstrated impressive speed last lap, being 0.6 seconds faster. Also, Neide from Team Triumph Emoji Racing entered the pits while currently holding the 2nd position and dropped to 4th afterwards. Kevin is currently in 8th position, while Neide from Team Triumph Emoji Racing just left the pits and is now in 4th place. Deplorableeple is trailing in 11th place and is half a second behind Albies in 10th. Cargelasps from Team Better Team Tiltus just exited the pits and is now in 5th place. Lastly, Buxizero remains in 15th place and just like Cargelasps, is leaving the pits as we speak. MBG 2129 is trying to catch up to Tore Kurturn in the 12th position. Deplorableeple is also trying to catch up to Albis in position 10. Raleigh Speeder has entered the pits in the 7th position and is now in position 11. Backwoods Legit has also entered the pits in the 8th position and remains in position 8. Serianer is currently in the 14th position. Raleigh Speeder has just exited the pits in position 10, and Backwoods Legit is now in position 12 after exiting the pits as well. Crazy Fingers 1, who was in position 2, has entered the pits, while MBG 2129 is currently 0.2 seconds behind Tore Kurturn in position 11. On the track we have Crazy Fingers 1 currently in 4th position exiting the pits, while Cargelasts from Team Better Team Tiltus is hot on their heels in 5th position. On the other hand, MBG 2129 is also fighting to climb the ranks, currently 12th and trailing behind Tore Kurturn in 11th place. We saw Gary 710 from Team 420 currently in 19th entering the pits, followed by MBG 2129 in position 12. Meanwhile, Woody the Cowboy, who was leading the race, entered the pits as well. And that's where we are at the moment. Raleigh Speeder is currently in 10th place with a 4.8 second lead over Tore Kurturn in 11th. Gary 710 from Team 420 just left the pits now in 19th position. Cargelasts from Team Better Team Tiltus is in 5th place, only 0.4 seconds behind Crazy Fingers 1 in 4th place, and was able to finish the last lap 20.1 seconds faster. Lastly, Woody the Cowboy is sitting in 14th position. MBG 2129 and Woody the Cowboy both exited the pits, with Woody the Cowboy now sitting in 3rd place after passing Crazy Fingers 1. Deplorableeple is trailing behind Albis in 9th place, while Cargelasts from Team Better Team Tiltus is just half a second away from overtaking Crazy Fingers 1 and moving up to 5th place. And that's where we stand right now. We just saw Reckless 4800 enter the pits in 21st position, while My Speeder also headed to the pits in 18th position. Backwoods Legit is currently trailing behind Tore Kurturn in 11th position. Meanwhile, Deplorableeple is putting up a strong fight against Albis in the 8th and 9th positions respectively. We just saw Reckless 4800 exit the pits in position 21, while Backwoods Legit moved up to 11th and Tore Kurturn is currently in 13th. Meanwhile, Buxisro sits at 15th and My Speeder exits the pits in position 18. And finally, Raleigh Speeder is currently chasing down Deplorableeple in position 9, only 0.4 seconds behind. My Speeder is in 19th place and trailing behind Gary 710 from Team 420 who is in 18th place. Tore Kurturn has just exited the pits and is now in 14th place. Raleigh Speeder is currently in 10th place and is trailing behind Deplorably Bull, who is in 9th place, with a best lap time of 1:39.210. Finally, Feds is entering the pits while currently in 6th place. Feds just exited the pits and is currently in 6th place. Meanwhile, Deplorably Bull is trailing slightly behind Albies in 8th place, and Raleigh Speeder is right behind them in 10th place, but managed to gain some speed last lap. Those are the latest updates. We'll see how the rest of the race unfolds. Deplorably Bull has dropped to 10th place, losing out to Raleigh Speeder while Albies holds onto 8th. In the meantime, Cargelasses from Team Better Team Tiltus is currently in 5th place, trailing behind Crazy Fingers 1, who is currently in 4th position. Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is in 2nd place, trailing just 0.5 seconds behind the leader Charnage. Meanwhile, Raleigh Speeder and Deplorably Bull are battling it out for 9th and 10th position, with only 0.3 seconds separating them. Albies currently holds 8th place. That's the current state of the race. Let's see how it develops. We have Raleigh Speeder currently in 8th position with a 0.4 second lead over Albies in 9th position. Meanwhile, Deplorably Bull is in 10th position with a 0.3 second gap behind Albies. However, Deplorably Bull managed to pass Albies to secure the 9th position. Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is currently in 2nd place, with a lap time of 1:40.074, just 1.236 seconds off the fastest time. Cargelasses from Team Better Team Tiltus is currently in 5th place, half a second behind Crazy Fingers 1 in 4th. Niaib is trailing Charnage in 1st place by only 0.4 seconds. And Cargelasses is also 0.4 seconds behind Crazy Fingers 1. That's what's happening on the track right now. We have Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing driving a Maserati in 2nd place, 0.4 seconds behind Charnage in 1st place, who is driving a BMW M3. Niaib was faster by 1.1 seconds last lap. Deplorably Bull has entered the pits and is currently in 9th place. Deplorably Bull just exited the pits and is currently in 11th position, while trailing behind MBG 2129 from position 12. Meanwhile, Cargelasks from Team Better Team Tiltus is hot on the heels of Crazy Fingers 1 in 4th place, and Wood of the Cowboy is close behind Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing in 2nd place. Lots of exciting action happening on the track right now. Mene Peter just entered the pits and is now in 20th position. Cargelasks from Team Better Team Tiltus is currently in 5th position but is right behind Crazy Fingers 1 in 4th. Meanwhile, Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing is in 2nd position, only 0.5 seconds behind Charingage in 1st. The race just finished and I have the results here. Charingage finished in 1st place, followed by Niaib from Team Triumph Emoji Racing in 2nd place. Wood of the Cowboy finished in 3rd place while MBG 2129 took the 13th position. That's it for the race results. We just saw the racing simulator competition where artificial intelligence was driving the cars. Let me give you a quick recap of what happened. Tora Cartoon finished in position 14, Crazy Fingers 1 took the 4th position, Cargelasks from Team Better Team Tiltus secured the 5th position, Buxizro finished in position 15, and John 073 ended up in position 19. That's it for this round. Just to recap what happened in that last race, we had Feds finishing in 6th place, due to Smoke Blunt from Team for 20 coming in at 16th place, followed by Gans 626 in 17th, and Mene Peter in 20th. Meanwhile, Kevin claimed 7th place, and Riley Speeder finished close behind in 8th position. It was definitely an interesting race with some unexpected outcomes.